Hi everyone, welcome to Siddhi. This video also has a giveaway. It's not just a giveaway, there is a very interesting surprise at the end. Watch till the end. But let's get started with the topic of discussion. See, this is the point where majority of you might be scoring around 110, 105, 115, etc. etc. in your current mock examinations, and the need of the hour is that you have to score up till 145 plus. In the current scenario, when there is a sectional timer that is associated with your papers, a raw score of 145 plus is very decent and it is a very safe score. So in this video, we will talk about what are those things that are necessary for you to increase your scores from that 105, 110 range to 140s, etc. This is applicable even if you are scoring at around 125s also. To understand how to improve your scores from 110 range to 140 range, we need to take a look at each of the subjects and we need to understand what are the improvisations that are necessary in each of the subjects. Let us start with mathematics. In maths, most of the students are facing the problem that is with respect to the finishing paper, that is with respect to the timing and the speed. See, to improve your time and to improve your pace of handling the paper, especially within 15 minutes, one fundamental thing that you have to understand is more than 70% of your papers are easy to moderate in nature. Okay, in your entire paper, no matter what shift you take, there will be at least 2 to 3 questions which you can definitely solve in 10 to 15 seconds. They are simple and direct formula based questions. Then there will be around 6 to 7 questions in your paper which you will be able to handle in 45 odd seconds, which involve minor calculations and simple formulae. And then there would be around 6 or 7 questions which need like 1 minute 10 seconds, etc, etc. So even if you are talking about a moderate to semi hard shift of your papers also, you can solve at least 15 to 16 questions in a span of 12 minutes. In the rest 3 minutes, even if you are solving 2 questions, that is a very good score. See, in the current scenario with respect to sectional timing, in a moderate or semi hard paper, solving 18 to 19 questions is a wonderful job. So all you need to do is you should be very good at easy and moderate questions. You don't run behind and you don't have to run behind the hard questions. You should be very good at easy questions, semi or very easy questions where you just you just directly need to put the formula and then handle the question. So you should be very good at your formulae, theory, easy and moderate questions, and along with this you should be very good at calculations. It doesn't really matter whether you are practicing calculations or not till today, but once you start watching, once you finish watching this video, please start solving, please start doing calculations. 30 days, trust me, every single day do practice calculations. You can take up a random sheet of paper and write 10-15 random calculations for yourselves. 5 multiplications, 4 divisions, then 2 additions, 3 subtractions. Randomly you write and you start solving and you start doing calculations. Do this exercise for 30 days. On 31st day, trust me, your calculation speed will definitely improve. See, usually in the exams, the calculation tricks will not help you much, because in that stress environment, in the scenario where you are solving that question in 10 seconds, 20 seconds, etc., you may not be able to efficiently implement that calculation trick. So you should practice calculations. So for maths, if you want to improve your scores and to reach the scores of 37, 38, etc., number one, increase your calculation speed. Do and practice calculations regularly, first thing. Second thing, instead of running behind hard questions, focus on easy, moderate questions and ensure that you don't leave a single easy to moderate question in your paper and you don't make a single mistake in those questions. This is with respect to mathematics. Now, let us talk about English. See, in English, the majority of the students, the problem faced by majority of the students is you mark negatives and come home. And why does this happen? This happens because in English, we mark an answer choice as right because we feel that that particular answer choice is right. We take a look at a question and we take a look at options. We substitute the options and we see and we think, okay, this looks good, this looks interesting, and we mark it. But end of the day, that is the one that becomes wrong. The reason is the kind of the work that we do, or the reason why we feel an answer choice is correct, because we have something called as mother tongue influence or MTI, where we translate the given sentence into our mother tongue. then we replace, then we retranslate it, and then we try to solve it. That is where we face a problem. Rather, we should actually solve these things based on rules and rules alone. And why do we find problem in solving the questions based on rules? Because everybody studies rules, but in the end, in the examination hall, we don't identify the rule accurately, right? So the minor change that I want you guys to make, especially with respect to spotting errors and sentence improvement, is rather than learning the rules, please do rule identification exercises. How to do that? Simple. Take a couple of rules that you are practicing on that day, give to AI and ask AI, give me 5 or 6 sentences where I want to identify which rule qualifies this particular sentence. These are called as rule sorting exercises or rule identification exercises. Even if you are not ready to use AI, at Siddhi, in 75-day challenge, there are 45 practice sheets of English that are given to you. In those 45 practice sheets, in each of the practice sheet, we have given you rule sorting exercises for the top 100 rules of English grammar. So pick up the sheets, do rule sorting, and along with that, when you are reading something, let's say you are reading a current affair dossier. When you are reading a current affair dossier, start identifying the rules that are there in the sentence. For example, let us say there is a third conditional. If I were this, I would have this, etc. There is a third conditional. When you see that particular statement, actively recollect and say that yes, this statement is based on this particular rule. Let's say you look at a simple present tense sentence which is a universal truth in your CA dossier. Look at the sentence and identify the rule. The more you start identifying the rules, the better will it be for you to identify the spotting errors and sentence improvement, first thing. Second thing, usually for every rule of grammar, you have exceptions. The questions are framed on exceptions, so there are certain keywords. If you can identify the keywords, you can definitely tell, yes, this is how the question will be. For example, let us say your spotting error sentence starts with no sooner. Okay, so when there is no sooner in the sentence, most common mistake that they do is they use before, because no sooner than is the correct pair, they use before. So if you start developing this kind of an ability where looking at the sentence, you are able to tell in these types of sentences, this is the most common mistake made, then you will stop doing negatives. And how do you do that? Again, do as much practice as possible. See, you have around 45-50 days for the examination. There is a lot of uncertainty that is going on. None of us know when the examination date is, right? So every single day before you get your actual examination date, consider it as an advantage, consider it as a beautiful boon, and do as many sectionals, as many topic tests as possible. And when you're doing it, develop these kind of sense. Okay, you identify every single sentence and focus on it, understand what kind of rules are being used. This is for spotting errors and sentence improvement. For vocabulary, simple, word power made easy followed by word drop documents and various other 20-25 PYQs, the ebook that has been given to you, that is more than enough. Similarly, even for closed tests, RCs and parasamples also stick to 20-25 PYQs, because in 2025 there are two major changes. One, the language of closed tests, RC and parasamples has changed. The sentences have become longer with multiple clauses inside the sentence as the first thing. Second thing, the style of asking questions also, especially within RCs, the style of questions also has changed. So for that reason, please stick to 20-25 PYQs for closed tests, RCs and parasamples. Your problem will be sorted. You will definitely improve in English. Again, you have to trust me on this. For the next 30 days, on a regular basis, write at least 2 topic tests of each of the topics. For example, 2 topic tests on sentence improvement, 2 tests on spotting errors, 2 closest, 2 RCs and 2 parasamples, or not 2 parasamples, I'm sorry, 2 closest because obviously it fills 10 blanks, 2 RCs because it helps you to solve 10 questions, and then you solve at least 5 or 10 parasamples. For the next 30 days, maintain a streak and solve these things regularly, and every time you make a mistake, you take a sheet of paper and you write it down what your mistake is, and you revise these sheets of papers every day, first thing in the morning. Do this exercise, iski aadat dal lo. You start doing it every single day for 30 days. Trust me, you'll have a lot of added advantage. Now that you have time, please do not waste it. Don't spend it anxiously. Spend it on doing quality improvements on yourself. Now the third subject is GS. See, for GS, those who are following Siddhi, who are with Siddhi, it is my responsibility to ensure that you will be able to score 32 plus out of your 50 in GS. It is my responsibility. Okay, if you are a part of GS course or Brahmos course, polity, modern history, ancient history, economics, NCRT's topics from which there are verbatim based direct questions, this content is already posted, and I have currently started with geography. The first class is uploaded and I will complete geography as well before your prelims. This part along with art and culture that is dealt in Astra series, this is more than enough for the core subjects. Even if you are not a part of GS course or Brahmos, in Astra, I have picked up the most important topics and you can utilize the Astra series for your core topics. And along with that, for static GK, currently we are doing Kavach series, and I'm very happy at the kind of reception that I'm receiving in Kavach series, because every day by the day ends, at least 4,000 odd students are watching Kavach classes, and I'm very happy about it. Kavach is more than enough for you to handle your static GK questions, because static GK is a topic where you should have certain amount of limitation. Itna padho, aage badho. You should not study more than that. So that is for static GK. Now for current affairs, after your exam dates are done, that is after your exam dates are announced, I will come up with a very interesting plan. What is the plan? When does it start, etc., etc.? Let us reserve it for a later date. But you will have a definite and a free activity with respect to current affairs as well, which I promise that I will do it with you. After this, once phase examinations are completed, let us take the phase papers and we will do PYQ series for the core subjects of geography, history, economy, polity, right? The core subjects, etc. We will do a PYQ series. So, Astra or your core class notes and static GK series, current affairs sessions and PYQ sessions. This part is more than enough for you to score 32 out of 50 without any hesitation. So this is my responsibility. But I want you guys to do one thing. See, how do you learn, how do you revise GS? You revise GS by method called as active recall method. See, when you start revising something, let us say, for example, let us consider this is your notebook, and you start revising the content from your notebook, which the content that is already written over here. What happens is, you look at the content and you start revising it. In the process, you are not bringing the content back from the brain or back from the back from the storage of your brain. Usually when we study something, when we learn something, our brain builds neural pathways and things are stored in our brain through these neural pathways. When you recollect, your brain actively reconnects those neural pathways. When you start looking at a book and when you start recollecting something, your brain is not actively bringing that information back from the original pathways or original sources where the information has been stored. It is because of this reason, as long as you see and revise something, you feel like you have revised, but in the examination hall, you'll be like, yes, I know this, I saw this, but I'm not able to recollect it. Both the options seem correct, but I am not able to recollect it. The solution for this is active recall exercises. There, without using any notebook, you simply sit, let's say you pick up an empty paper, you take a topic, and you start recollecting everything that is associated. You don't have to write in notes. Simply recollect everything. And if you miss on something, you can look at your notes at the end and you can cross check it. That is one method. The second method is you take up PYQs. You take up a PYQ and you recollect everything that is associated around that PYQ. These are called as active recall exercises. So for GS, please do active recall exercises using PYQs, using ebook. That is more than enough. And reasoning, all of you are scoring 40 plus. So I'm not dwelling much into reasoning. So all in all, for you to improve your scores from 110 to 140s, practice on mathematics calculations, trust that your paper, 70% of your paper is easy to moderate, and ensure that you are not skipping even a single easy to moderate question. So focus on easy to moderate questions and practice calculations. For English, work on rules and rule sorting exercises. Actively identify rules and then you start doing as many practice tests as possible for English, and for GS it is my responsibility. Before I conclude this, there is one very important advice that I want to give you. See, now the exam dates are not announced, and I can understand it will be very difficult for you to sit in front of the books in a disciplined manner. But remember, those people who sit with the book, of course, there are students who are sitting with the books at this point in a very disciplined manner. For example, there are around 3000 odd students who are maintaining a streak in Kavach series. Every day, no matter when the class is, they come, they sit, and they complete the class. So there are people who are studying diligently. If you study diligently in a disciplined manner at this point of time, you will be completely stress you will be completely stress free when your exam dates are released. It is practically very difficult for us to handle stress once the exam dates are released, because everybody gets into a panic and a rush mode of your preparation. So this lull phase where there is a lot of calm and stability, this is a phase where you have to sit and study, you have to work on yourselves, you have to analyze and understand yourselves, and then do the necessary improvements, etc. So this is all about how you can improve your scores and how to take them from 110 to 140. And this is a time for giveaways. And as a part of the giveaway, this video has a special surprise. See, this is the 6th giveaway video, and in the past 5 videos, many of you have actively participated. But as said, there are 2 giveaways. So despite so many comments that are there, we are selecting only 2 candidates for every giveaways. And I kind of felt very bad, and I wanted to do some kind of justice for all those people who actively participated. So for those people who actively participated in the first 5 giveaways, of them we have picked up 70 winners. That is, 70 random comments have been picked up from the countless number of comments that are there. And for those 70 people, you will have 40% discount on our GS course. You can claim this within the next 4 days after publication of this video. You have all you need. See, and by the way, the details of all those people are posted in this PDF. This PDF is attached on this Telegram channel. All you need to do is just download the PDF, see if your user ID is there on the channel. So if your user ID is there, you can simply reach out to us, and all you need to do is just you have to send a screenshot which proves that this is your particular user ID, etc. And we will ensure that you get this 40% discount, and you can avail this in the next 4 days after the publication of this video. So this is one positive thing, one happy thing that I wanted to do from my side. And as usual, this video also has got 2 free giveaways, and those will be declared tomorrow evening at 5:30. And to claim that giveaway, all you need to do is simple: like the video, comment on it, hype the video, and we will pick up 2 aspirants randomly, and the winners will be announced tomorrow in the evening. So till then, see you all again in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.